Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Yeah, that's the name of it. It's a long one. I wanted to mention also, as you unlock more characters, they start showing up in the Mos Eisley Cantina. Eventually, you'll start seeing these guys just get completely eliminated. Not this guy, because he is one of the guys we've unlocked. And I don't think we've unlocked that character. And we haven't definitely unlocked that one or that one. They're just going to start getting eliminated because you can't hit the Y button into those guys, but you can hit the Y button into these guys. So if there was any reason you wanted to start a level with a specific character and you didn't want to use the selection menu, you could technically run around and find them wherever they might be. But it's just a small random selection of whoever you've unlocked. It's hardly the full collection. Uh, Anyways, we're doing chapter 2 of episode 2. Let's do it. I should read these things for Attack of the Clones because I never watched this movie. As somebody who at one point thought they might actually become a movie reviewer, it is kind of ridiculous I haven't watched any of the first 3 Star Wars movies. Speaking of people who haven't watched Star Wars, the movie, as of this recording, episode 7, is almost out, like half a month out, and George Lucas still hasn't seen a single second of it, according to what I saw in the on the internet. Not a big surprise, really. I mean, I think he's done all he's interested in doing with that story. It would be more interesting if George Lucas could come up with something new and completely different, original. I'd much rather see that than him continue to work on Star Wars. Because I don't feel like he's a just unredeemable, terrible movie producer or anything. I mean, he's got skills, undeniably. So he should use them for something. So we'll have R4 who? Obi-Wan Kenobi and R4P17. So you have to know these R units can hover, at least somewhat well. So to get to that piece. I believe we are at the clone facility. Now if I can get my stud counts up quite a bit on this level, I might be able to find the stud magnet. Once you have that, it becomes a lot easier to collect studs because you can basically jump from one place to the next place to the next place, and they will just all come to you. And in fact, quite a lot of this actually ends up turning into just jumping as high and as fast as possible once you really get the full layout of the levels and know what you're doing. I cannot get this piece. Jar Jar Binks would have to be here in free play to get that. That's too high. I would like to know what these aliens are called. They look like long-necked gray aliens. Are these the same species as E.T. the extraterrestrial? Because he technically was supposed to be a member of the Senate. So maybe E.T. was like a child and this is the adult form. So just think about that logic right there. I fixed a light and the light allowed me to form a bridge. Lego logic for you. So we're gonna chase this guy. I guess he's with us. He's not attacking us, at least. That's good enough. Anyone who doesn't attack me, I'll take as a friend. I imagine he's just trying to investigate this dart. That Boba Fett used. He's saying go that way, so in standard video game concept, I'll go the other way. Yeah, I'm sure if you really just ran through a level following the story and not really paying attention, that there might be the free play concept, the concept that you can and have to play these levels like 3 or 4 times each makes more sense. So I'm going around in this circular hallway, making a full circle for no real reason. You would think that that deserved more than what that got. So we made a full circle with the broom, and it didn't get me any mini kits or red bricks. Perhaps it was too long and too annoying of a challenge. So if you just followed them, you would have missed barely anything. I'm playing pretty thoroughly, a lot more thoroughly than I normally would. Well, he didn't like it when I hit him. So there's far too many lights here for this to be a puzzle that requires that many individual person to stand on each one. It's actually just kind of a timing puzzle. That's all it was. To open these doors. We are stuck here. So the game's not really giving you a lot of indication, if you haven't seen the movie, what you're supposed to do, which is kind of strange since this is a kids game and you would think most kids games should hold people's hands. More than that. So those are the clone troopers. And we see it and we discover it, and that's supposed to be something. And once we see and discover it, we can then... the doors are magically gone. We can go... let's go check out the wrong direction. I think only bounty hunters can get through that door. So that's a whole free play section. That we can't access right now. We can play with these light fixtures all we want. They're not really doing anything though. They're not counting towards... hey, there was a mini kit there. Yeah. So we saw some of that in the very first level of episode 1. I didn't actually bother to collect those mini kits then, but I knew they were there. So is this guy like Jedi mind tricked? Is that what's going on? Here you can walk to the foreground, break the fourth wall a little bit if you want. That might explain why he's helping us, but seemingly also works for this. Only stormtroopers can get in that area, and in fact that area is kind of funny when we get to it in free play mode. It's one of the best areas in the game. I feel like it's a little complicated, but it's a good gag. So, I don't think this is Boba Fett. I think it's Jango Fett, Boba Fett's father. Security is coming. So we're fighting droids, but at least they're different droids. So they're repeating the same gag where you make the table and make it dance, as we've seen in the first game. And if you can't destroy something, that probably indicates that there's more to it still. Particularly if it's not sitting there and giving you coins for your actions. So you have to pull this 4 times, which is pretty repetitive. And once you pull this, you can make the poster. So it's starting to really define the language of a Star Wars game. You're gonna see poster tile pictures, which honestly I don't think they do that anymore. I don't think you see tile pictures, and that's probably a bit of a lost art form. They should probably bring it back. Alright. So that blew something up. What it blew up, I don't know though. And there's nothing here still. But I believe the red brick is somewhere, maybe in this room or maybe not. I don't know. Well, the thing is I can't repeat. I cannot have another missile come out, so whatever it did, it did. But the fact that we saw that we were seen by Jango Fett here caught our allowed him to turn on the laser and try and shoot us. Oh, here's a different room that looks almost, it's the exact same layout as the other room. I became true Jedi. Break these chairs. And I believe this is a puzzle where we just have to stand where it's lit. And our partner will do the same as us. Do it 3 times, we get that. That's fine. But that red brick. Where is that red brick? It's in here on the other side of that wall, so we can't collect that red brick, which almost guarantees that the red brick that's in there is not really that important. I think all the red bricks that are the important ones you can actually get. So follow our same procedure of always going the wrong way first. Come over here. Unfortunately, that's not good enough, because even though we can come over here and get the coins, there's no way to gain any height that's high enough to get that model kit. So only in free play mode. It looks like it would almost be high enough, but it isn't. Nope. And he has no double jump. So sadly, no, can't get that one. You have to be in free play, have to be able to, without changing your position, shift what character you're playing as with the right or left bump, which does not work here. So he's playing with these mines. trying to take me out. Oops, he succeeded. Are bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe assassins more than actual bounty hunters? I think they might be a little bit of both. I think we've probably seen bounty hunters kill more characters than actually bring them to any kind of justice. Can't get up there to reach any of those heights. That's all free play mode stuff. I wish, really, I guess, that the free play mode would be more of a completely different level and layout of items. So that would be more work than they're probably wanting to do. But the fact that in story mode you see these things you cannot get is a little frustrating. Although that is also kind of how the game just decided to teach people how to play, how to play the game and how to find all the collectibles. Now, if you were sitting here and you were just trying to run after him, this level probably would be done in a considerably small amount of time. Yeah, weird chairs. You could jump down the hole, by the way, if you want. That is an option. If you want to go backwards. You'll have a little feeling you can go backwards. This one's a little weird because we need the droid to close these vents, or these guys are going to just keep on coming. So, you could potentially spend a lot of time here trying to figure out how to defeat all these guys and not realize that you've got to close that tunnel vent. There we go. Here you need a Sith to open this section. And that repairs the ceiling, which allows me to once again open this door. So R2-D2 here, or whoever he is, he's not R2-D2, is getting a pretty big workout in this level. You have to use him. So that kid is Boba Fett. Double blasters. And now they take us on with, I believe that's called the Slave 1 ship. And why would you ever name a ship that? That's not a good name for a ship. So we can hit him, but I think what happens after a while is he's gonna go to the air and we won't be able to beat him. Yeah. And so now you're getting attacked by the Slave 1 and Boba Fett, so you need to switch over, which I assume is what this level has been teaching us, is that we need to utilize the abilities of both characters. So we turn that on, and then that allows these guns to start firing at the ship. So I think now with all of those taking care of that, am I supposed to be, yeah, I got him again, kind of to jump up and hit him maybe, or maybe you have to swing your bullets back to him. I wish you'd get a little bit further from me if that was the case. Yeah. Reflect all of those back at the ship. So notice that all of the oh, now he's throwing missiles at me. so I'll force those right back at him. The ship is shooting again, and the lights over here went to red. So, am I really supposed to be doing this, or does that just distract Boba Fett a little bit when I do this? For a while. I think it just distracts him. I think mostly I just need to force these missiles right back at him 2 more times. One more time. Okay, good. I'll just hit him. Lasers. It ends kind of abruptly and goes to a cutscene. I wish it didn't do that. I wish it had a smoother transition. And so Boba saves his father, Jango Fett. And he throws a tracker on it. That was probably a really good scene in the movie. I don't know. I should really go watch the movies. I don't know if I could ever feel like I'm gonna spend 6 hours on that. So this is an interesting concept, that his ship needs a second part of his ship to fly long distances, but when he lands or anything like that, he then leaves that in orbit, hopefully with some kind of security system so people couldn't steal it. Unfortunately, we did not unlock a bounty hunter in that level. Honestly, I don't think we are going to unlock a bounty hunter until probably episode 4. Somewhere in episode 4, I would bet, is when the first bounty hunter we get, and maybe the first stormtrooper we get to play as, too. That very well may be the case. But now we are over 100,000 studs, so we can waste those studs and get the stud magnet, which is only going to make things a little bit easier. Helps out with getting true Jedi each time. So our second red power brick, I am ready to unlock it. Stud magnet for 100,000 purchased, and then we press start and go to the extras to turn it on. Stud magnet on, power brick detector on. We are at 8.8% completion of this game. You would hope it would have been a little bit more, because 1/6 should be somewhere closer to like above 15% if it was just the story mode. If I'm counting everything right. Yeah, just doing all of the story mode in episode 1 should be about past 15% if it was just story mode and not challenge modes and all the other things. Anyways, next mission will be Droid Factory, and we will do that next recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.